It's day 13 of my prolonged fasting period. I still have 8 days to go to fill up the 21 days that I've decided to fast for this year. So if you would like to see what this day looked like, stick around. In this video I'm going to talk about what my day 13 looked like. We're going to go through my notes that I've been taking throughout the day. We're also going to read my journal from last year's fasting so we can compare the notes how day 13 went. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel I talk about prolonged fasting, which is anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks. In my opinion, and I help you to successfully start and complete your own fasting journey, whatever the length it may be. Alright, day 13. I have a confession to make. I almost forgot to film it. It is very late for my standards. I think it's 9 o'clock in the evening. I usually film a little earlier, but today the time just flew by, and before I know it, I was in my pajamas and I went to bed, and when cleaning up the mess that my puppy made in front of my bedroom door, I remembered that I still haven't filmed day 13, and it would be a shame because today was an interesting day. So I have my notes here ready to go. So let's see what happened today. Today I didn't sleep well again because of my shoulder. Right shoulder is acting up again. I don't know. I think that my nerve should be I don't know, boxed in, or what do you say, between the muscles. I think that is a saying, but I don't know if it's a correct one. Correct one. And I cannot lean on my shoulder when I'm sleeping, and then I'm just turning around in bed trying to find a good position, and then I don't sleep very well. I even borrowed my son's little ball. It's like a tennis ball, and I took it to work, and then I massaged my shoulder, you know, pressed against the wall. So it helped a little bit, but not that much. Yesterday, if you recall, I drank a little too much of my laxative, natural laxative. That is the mineral water that we have a natural spring in Slovenia, and it acts like a natural laxative as well. And I drank, I think, half a liter of it, and it was still warm. And today I have the consequences for it. I went to the toilet, I think, 4 or 5 times today. Always it was a little bit on a diarrhea part of the side, but not much, just, you know, I don't know, it was not much, but I had to go to the toilet like 4 or 5 times today. It was really interesting. I haven't done this in a while. When I weighed myself, it was minus 400 kilograms, 400 kilograms, could you imagine that? No, it was minus 0.4 kilograms, so 400 grams today. Yesterday I didn't lose any weight, but today it was 400 down. I wonder what tomorrow will be, since I've been going to the bathroom this many times today. I got a glimpse of my creativity side today. It was showing through the writing of my tweets. It was really interesting, you know. I was writing my tweets for the whole week today, and it surprised me that I couldn't, you know, when I wrote it, all right, but when I read through it, I was like, did I write this? It was so interesting. It didn't seem like my kind of writing, and they were good. They were really good. So a little part of creativity already is bursting through me. That's a very good idea. And tomorrow is Wednesday. I hope that it's going to last until Saturday, because I would like to be home when that you know, major creativity wave bursts, and I would really like to be home and just snuggled by the fireplace with my laptop in hand and just write. That would be amazing. And also you can see by the way I'm talking, I have a lot more energy today than I did yesterday. And it is surprising just because, you know, usually I am in the mood according to the weather, you know, if it's raining outside or if it's thunderclouds outside, I am bursting with energy. If it's sunshine, okay, right, just as long as not too hot, then I'm okay. But today it was foggy and, you know, that kind of autumn rainy day, and I was still bursting with energy. I was surprised. I had a brisk walk when I was on my lunch break, and I went throughout the town. It was around, I don't know if this would mean something, around 6,000 steps. It was quite a lot. I was walking for half an hour, but I was really walking fast. And if you remember that the last time that I went on such a walk with my colleague, I had to stop and I had to tell her that I'm fasting because my energy was too low and I thought that I was going to faint. Today I was walking like a trooper. It was great. Yeah, I have to tell you. Yesterday I was looking through my recipe channels, but today I decided to put a little more energy, I don't know why, a little more energy into exploring what our food is going to be like when we go on our main vacation. We are going to Scotland this year, and I said, why not? Let's visit little TripAdvisor and see what good there is to eat in Glasgow and in Edinburgh and Stirling, and that did not go as planned. Why? Because I was drooling. I want to go tomorrow, and we still have quite a lot of months to wait for it because we're going at the end of August, and yeah, that haggis will have to wait, but I would really like to try it. And all of those other dishes that looked so amazing. Oh my god, my mouth was watering. Alright, one other thing that happened today that I was quite proud of. If you remember, in the beginning of my fasting period, my tolerance level was like this big from the ground. I usually have it like this, but it was this big. But today it was tested. Why? Because I had a good talk with my oldest son due to his schoolwork and due to his grades and his best grade ever this year. So I thought that I was going to burst, but I didn't. I held myself together. I took a couple dozen deep breaths, and at the end of the day we talked. And this is why I forgot that I still haven't filmed for day 13, is because we were talking and I was helping him to plan his learning activities. I don't think it's going to work. I hope it's going to work because I love to plan, and he's like, no. But he's 10 years old, so if any of you has any idea how to motivate a lazy but brilliant kid, please let me know. I would love to have any good suggestions right about now. What else? Oh yeah, before I did the talk, I also managed to sow all of the tomatoes. There were 7 varieties of them, which I will be later sowing or planting into my garden. And I was a day late. They should be sown yesterday. Yesterday was, if I look at it correctly, yeah, yesterday was time to sow the tomatoes, but I didn't have the energy to do it. So yeah, they were done today. I hope that won't have a very big effect on their growth, but if I am sticking to my sowing calendar, they should be sown yesterday. So yeah, that's mostly it for today and how I felt today. But I still have my journal from last year to get over. Let's see. Ow. My shoulder's acting up again. Let's see. It was April 16th last year on my 13th day of fasting, and I gained 200 grams when from the previous day. This hasn't happened yet on this fast, but it's bound to. I am used to it by now. On the last days, you know, when the fasting period shifts to the second half, usually you start getting low drops in weight, but this is due to the fat burning, and fat is, you know, it's not heavy, you know, you can see it when you fit your clothes, but you cannot really see it on a scale. But if you look at it through a 1 week period, then it's substantial. But okay, let's go back to April 16th, day 13. My entry, the one and only, was at 9 o'clock in the night, and I wrote, I am dead tired. Today didn't go as planned and I overdid it. I spent most of the morning writing. Finally, it was time for lunch. I experimented again. Cooking soups, potatoes, meat and gravy is something new for us. We never have this kind of gravy from horseradish, but the boys told me it was good. Then it happened. It was prognosed, but I didn't believe it could actually happen. 2 days ago, I was working on my garden in my t-shirt, soaking it through from the heat. Today it was snowing. The plants are covered, the plants are covered, but we need to protect it from the night cold. Every string that I put up during the weekend for my tomato plants, paprika and eggplants had to come down in order to cover it with a protective cloth. By the time my husband got home from work, I was exhausted. And it was still snowing, big flakes. It took us an additional hour to cover everything up with protective mesh and secure it. We were looking at the wild weather while we were eating lunch. I was drinking lunch, but the boys ate it. The snowing didn't stop, and all of the plants outside in the orchard were now getting snowed in. If there were no leaves on the plants, it wouldn't be a problem, but now they were. And the bushes like currant and blueberries were also flowering. If we didn't want to have broken branches, we needed to shake off the snow. So out we went again, saving the outside growing plants, and when I got back I was freezing and exhausted. I sat in front of the fireplace for the next hour and thawed. An hour later I was in bed and I was out. Yes, I remember this day. It was, like I wrote here, it was terrible, unbelievable. In the middle of April, and we had that much snow. Especially since I was, like I wrote, I was planting the plantings already into my greenhouse 2-3 days before, and I was in my t-shirt. Yeah, unbelievable. So yeah, this is basically what I have for you for day 13. As you can see, we have good days, we have bad days. Bad day is usually followed by a very good day. I had today, I think I had a very good day, and I have a feeling that tomorrow is going to be the same. Now I don't expect many bad days anymore. Tomorrow we are finally on the third of my fasting period, which is day 14. Oh, it's going to be great. And then I have only a week to go. So I believe, if I know myself, it will be more and more recipes I will have more and more plans made for what I'm going to be eating when I stop fasting again. You know, all of the recipes for healthy breakfast and healthy lunch and dinners and what I'm going to cook. But the sad truth is, when I start eating again, let's say that I am taking care of my body for the next 2-3 weeks maybe, but 3 weeks is a stretch. And then life just takes over and I don't have the time and I don't have the energy to cook every day something that I'm going to eat warm when I am at work, and to prepare even breakfast then. So breakfast and lunch I am preparing for work, and it takes its toll. I have much time now that I'm not eating for me, because I'm not eating, wouldn't be cooking, I wouldn't be preparing food, so that is the time that I am saving. But that all gets away from me when I start eating again, and when I start thinking about other things that are on my mind. So I hope this year will be different, but I've been doing this for 28 years and I have kind of lost hope that it will be. But I don't know, we'll see. I have good intentions. Maybe they'll stick if I'll start thinking about, you know, that my health is actually the tectonic plates that everything else is built on. I was watching this Diary of a CEO, and Steve Bartlett described this beautifully, and he said it just like that, that the basis of everything that he does is the tectonic plates that are his health. You know, everything else you build above it, and everything else is more important. But when those tectonic plates shake, everything else gets crumbled down, and all your energy is going to be focused on, you know, steadying those tectonic plates. And if it's just a small tremor, then you will be able to get yourself up and go and ready to go soon. But if there is a big earthquake, like serious illness, then it will take some time. And I am trying to think about my health like that now, that I have to take care of my tectonic plates. I am doing this now with fasting, and I have to continue that when I stop fasting and I start eating again healthily, and I have to start moving again, going out in nature when the weather clears up and when there is spring. And I have to start looking after my tectonic plates, because otherwise the city above it is going to crumble. Okay, rambling on. If you are inspired by my fasting journey, please consider doing it for yourself. I am here to root you on all the way. If you have any questions, any comments, please, you are welcome to write them in the comments below, and I will get back to you with as many answers and as many inspirational chats as I can give you, because there are not many who would even try prolonged fasting, but do it for 3 weeks. I don't know a lot of people who are doing it. So if you are going to be one of the few, welcome to the club, and please don't forget to know why you're doing it and consult your physician before you start fasting, so you will know what you are getting yourself into. You know it from my videos, but for your health, only you and your physician are the bestly equipped for such an assignment. All right, so see you in day 14.